Hello, my name is Dr. Mattes, one of the authors of the book In and Young Your Health, which was published in December 2011. I hope you enjoyed watching our first two educational videos on epigenetics and alarm and warning symptoms. Today, we are going to explain to you how to measure the BMI and how to use the BMI charts to detect early signs of overweight. Let us be clear on the following. Overweight is much easier to prevent than to treat. The overweight and obesity epidemics affecting so many parts of the world are a huge healthcare problem with huge financial implications for our healthcare systems. The reason for being worried is the fact that overweight and obesity lead to chronic diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, coronary heart disease, stroke and some cancers, which require lifelong medical supervision and treatment. Chronic diseases are mostly preventable through healthy nutrition and exercise, which will be dealt with in another educational session. What is BMI? BMI stands for Body Mass Index and is a proxy for human body fat based on an individual's weight and height. BMI does not actually measure the percentage of body fat. It is calculated by dividing your weight by the square of your height. Let us present one example. First, you need a weight scale and a ruler to calculate your BMI. Okay, our task is to measure the BMI value. The person is 70 kg heavy and has a height of 1.72 meters. So what is the BMI? You divide 70 kg by 1.72 meter one time and another time divided by 1.72 meters. The result is, if you take a calculator, 23.7 kg per square meter. So your BMI is 23.7. The BMI is a measurement of your nutritional status and is the most widely used tool to identify weight problems within a population and determine if individuals are normal, underweight, overweight or obese. BMI values tend to increase with age due to a larger fat mass. Women also have a larger fat mass compared to men and therefore a higher BMI. The BMI classification for adults is as following. For underweight people it is below 18.50. For normal weight people it is 18.50 up to 24.99. For overweight people it is equal or higher than 25.00 and goes up to 29.99. And obese people have BMI values which are equal or higher than 30.00. If we go back to the BMI measurement, which we calculated earlier on, we can now say that that value was normal. You remember it was 23.7. How can you detect an early weight problem in your teenage boy with measuring the BMI value? Overweight does obviously not happen overnight. It develops over weeks and months. As a concerned parent, you will certainly watch the development of your teenager and you may discover changes in the way he eats and the way he exercises. The same applies for girls, of course. In order to detect overweight as early as possible, you need to be familiar with BMI charts. BMI charts are based on age and sex. Let us have a look at the BMI chart of US boys between 2 and 20 years of age. These charts can be downloaded free of charge from the website of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. On our blog you will find the link to download this particular chart. We have downloaded for you the BMI chart of US boys, age 2 to 20 years. On the horizontal axis is the age in years, and on the vertical axis is the BMI value. We have highlighted 3 percentiles on this chart. The 5th percentile, the 85th percentile, and the 95th percentile. Now, what is underweight, healthy weight, overweight, and obese weight? Healthy weight is between the 5th percentile and the 85th percentile. If the BMI value of the boy is below the 5th percentile, he is considered underweight. Overweight is between the 85th percentile and the 95th percentile. And if the value is above the black line here, your boy is considered obese. I am sure you want to have an example now. Your teenage boy has just turned 15, is sitting most of his free time in front of the TV playing video games. He has stopped playing soccer because most of his peers do not find this cool. He leaves home in the morning without breakfast and returns in the late afternoon or evening. His dinner consists of soft drinks and chips in front of the TV, and beer is seemingly consumed over the weekend. Sometimes even too much, as he has troubles to wake up on Sundays before noon. As a concerned parent, you have measured your son's weight and height on a regular basis. Here are the values. 15 years, his height is 1.7 meter, his weight is 65 kilograms. If you remember the formula we just learned, you get a BMI value of 22.5. 15 and a half years, so half a year later. The values are 1.72 meters, so your son is obviously a little bit growing, and his weight is up to 64 kilograms. If you take the formula again, the BMI value is now 23.3. And with 16 years, you have the values of 1.73 meters and 72 kilograms, which leads to a BMI value of 24.1. We have added the 3 BMI values back into the chart which you have just seen before. And when you look at the 3 dots at 15 years, 15 and a half years and 16 years, you can clearly see a trend in which his weight is moving from normal to overweight. As far as your son is concerned, it is now time to intervene. To intervene with advice for nutrition and exercise. If you have a daughter, use the BMI charts for girls 2 to 20 years of age. In summary, regular monitoring of the BMI helps you to recognize looming overweight problems and to intervene at a point in time where treatment is much easier than once you are in the group of obese people. Rest assured, having a normal weight is one of the crucial factors to be and remain healthy and enjoy a good quality of life. I am Dr. Mattes and I wish you good health. Do not hesitate to interact with us. We are available for you at www.inyoungmedweb.com and our LinkedIn group In and Young Your Health. And do not miss the next 3 interesting sessions which deal with carbohydrates, proteins and fats, the 3 major food components. Thank you for your attention.